Played by Minnie Marshall at the Delaware Festival of Computer Arts. And I'm going to introduce Catherine Case, who will play the part of the lawyer, the part that she plays regularly. Catherine's from Houston. She's at the Texas Defender Services. Half-time trial lawyer, half-time habeas. So half sounds good to some of us, and half sounds bad. Here's the story I want to tell you. When I first met Catherine, she was speaking perfect Spanish, and I said, wow. I said, because it's hard for me to learn Spanish. And so I said, how'd you do that? She said, I found a Spanish speaker. And every Tuesday we went to lunch and spoke nothing but English, because he wanted to learn English. And every Thursday we went to lunch and spoke nothing but Spanish. And I thought that was really great, because you got to eat food, learn a new language, and have good company. So here we go.
One thing I want to tell you is that for those of you who practice in Texas, you know that you examine from a seated position. But I've now spent more of my life practicing in New York than Texas, so I'm so comfortable examining from a standing position. And I don't know what I'm going to do at my next trial. They're going to have to nail me to the seat because I'm not used to sitting down and examining. But today, because of the environment that we're in, I'm going to stand because I feel more comfortable. And I suspect those of you who practice in state court, unless you're in one of those Carolina states, are standing up to examine. And you probably are important if you're in state courts where you may not have a podium because they didn't have money that month to go buy one. So we're going to do Bonnie and why don't we get started? Ma'am, could you please tell the jury your name?
My name's Bonnie Kitchen.
And what do those who know you call you?
Call me Bonnie.
Bonnie, did you shoot Larry Albert Rogers?
I didn't mean to. I did it though,
Why?
because I was scared.
Why were you scared?
I was scared he was going to hurt me, hurt my baby.
Did he know that you were pregnant?
He did.
How did he know?
Because I told him.
You've been pregnant before.
Yes, I had the little boy.
How old is he?
He's 4 years old.
And what's his name?
John.
Well, may I approach Your Honor? I'm going to hand you a photograph that's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit A. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yeah, that's my boy, Larry John Rogers.
And Larry John Rogers. That first name Larry, is that after Larry Albert Rogers?
Yes, it is.
And is this a true and accurate representation of how Larry Rogers looks today? Where is Larry John Rogers?
He stays with my sister's office.
Why doesn't he work?
Well, his father said we didn't have enough money to take care of him.
And his father, Larry Albert Rogers, said that?
He did.
When did he say that?
Well, we kept him about 6 months, and then he said we just didn't have no money. So he made me give it away to my sister.
Well, at the point where Larry John Rogers said that you didn't have the money to keep this son of yours, was Larry Albert Rogers working?
No, he was looking for a job.
And what about you? Were you working?
job, but he kept looking.
And you know what he did all day while you were plucking chickens?
Well, he would tell me that he was looking for a job, but I know right that today that he was just watching TV.
Now, you worked at the chicken factory, the midnight shift. Would you come home after this?
I came straight home. He told me I had to come straight home.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about what happened when you come home after working all night at the chicken factory. What would you do when you walked in the door?
I had to fix Larry some breakfast.
And what was Larry doing while you were fixing breakfast?
A lot of times he would fall asleep in his chair, and he'd be just sitting there with his head all back, and he'd hear me, and he'd say, "Bonnie, that's you?" And then he would tell me, give him some breakfast.
And this place where y'all were living, what was it? A house, apartment, something else?
It was a little part.
Well, who paid the rent for that?
Yes, I did.
And who paid for the food that you made breakfast out of?
Yes, I did that too.
And who paid for the beer that Larry drank?
Did that too.
Now, besides cooking breakfast for Larry, did you do anything else around the house?
Oh, I was a good woman. I cleaned up the house. I did his laundry, took care of everything in the house.
Well, but when you were at work at night, did Larry ever do any jobs around the house for you?
Oh, he said that all that stuff is women's work.
Did you like that?
Well, I'm a woman, so he said it. So I guess I was supposed to do it.
When did you meet Larry?
You know, probably about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
And now, how did he treat you at the beginning when you first met him?
Well, he was a good man.
What do you mean by good man?
Well, he took me to the picture show, and we would go out dancing, and he used to like to stroke my hair and tell me how pretty I was.
And how did he tell you how pretty you were? What words would he use?
He would say, "Mom, you're the prettiest woman this side of the Mississippi."
And is that the tone of voice he used?
That's what he would say.
And so, did he continue to treat you that way over your relationship? Did he change?
Yes.
Did he continue to tell you that you were the prettiest woman this side of the Mississippi?
Said that in the moment.
How did he change?
To talk about that.
Could you tell these people how Larry changed?
Well, he started being real mean, and he wasn't very nice to me at all.
What do you mean when you say he started being really mean?
He raised his voice and holler at me all the time.
What words would you use?
He called me names.
What would you call him?
He said that to me.
Tell the jury, what did he say?
He used to do it.
What words? Did he whisper it like that? How would he say it?
He said, "Bonnie, you bitch, come on over here."
How did he do that?
I don't know, I guess I deserve it.
Why do you think that you deserved to be told, Bonnie, you bitch, come on over?
Because I wasn't doing nothing anymore.
Well, what had you done wrong?
Well, we didn't have enough money, and I wouldn't have that baby, and he was mad about that.
was mean to you, was it just limited to him yelling at you?
No.
What else happened?
Sometimes he was like, he slapped me around a little bit.
How would Larry slap you around?
He would hit me.
Johnny, I'd like you to stand up, and I'd like you to face this way. Can you do that? I asked you to approach the witness, Johnny. Johnny, could you show these people where Larry is? Is that the only place he is? Scratched up, this sounds where you got that from. And did you do it all at one time?
No.
How often did you do it?
He got mad.
And when he hit you, did he just slap you, or was it some other way?
He punched me.
Is his fist open or closed?
He punched me when his ribs fogged up.
Did he ever injure you?
He didn't break no bones, but it hurt.
What did it feel like?
Thought I was gonna fall out.
Did you ever get him back?
I didn't get no bad.
Did you ever want to leave? Did Larry ever apologize when he hit you?
So when he apologized, no, he didn't apologize to nobody.
Told the jury that you shot Larry to save you. Have you been pregnant before?
Yeah, Larry.
When you first got pregnant, that first time, did you tell Larry Alvarado that you were pregnant? And when you first got pregnant, how did it feel to be pregnant with Larry?
I liked it. I liked that fact.
How did you know you were pregnant?
Well, you had this funny feeling in your stomach. And, I just, when I get up in the morning, I would be sick sometimes, and it was neat. I liked it.
And how far along were you before you told
Ooh.
Larry Alvarado?
As soon as I found out, I was ready to tell him.
And did you plan how you were going to tell him?
Yeah, I came home from work, and I was waiting till the evening time, and I fixed a real special dinner, and, I had the house all cleaned up and pretty, and, I had on my best dress, and, I was ready to tell him.
And did you think about in advance what you were going to say about that the two of you were going to have a baby?
Yeah, I planned it.
And what were you going to tell him?
Well, I was gonna put the food out, I was gonna tell him how come I got so fat.
And had he said anything about you getting fat?
Well, he did say something, but I didn't know why at first, and then I could tell. I was gonna tell him about it.
And did you have any hope for how he might react when you told him he was going to be a dad?
Oh, I thought he'd be the happiest man. Thought he'd be the happiest.
So you went home and you made dinner, and did you lay out the table with food?
I did.
And was Larry there?
Yeah, he was there. He'd been outside, but then he came in.
And just so we're clear, I mean, we call him Larry, but some people call him Allie, right?
Right.
But you call him Larry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Larry's outside and he comes inside
my shirt, I pointed at it, I said, you notice why I got so fat? And he said, yeah, I saw that. And then I told him what I had planned to tell him. I told him, I've been eating for two.
And did you tell him just like that?
I did.
And did you have that same smile on your face?
I did.
What was the look on his face when you told him you were eating?
He didn't look right. His eyes, they were always red because he drank so much beer, but they got real red. And his face got all red. And he looked mad.
And when you saw his face like that, what would you think?
I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't understand. I couldn't take it.
And so there's Larry. His face is red, his eyes are red. Does he say anything to you when you told him this news that he's going to get down?
At first, he didn't say nothing at first. He just, like, looked at me. He just, like, looked at me.
How long? this time, when did you decide, finally decide that you were pregnant the second time?
Well, I just kind of decided one day that I'd start the show. Let it go on, get it over with, have it just go on.
And this time, did you want to keep this baby in your house?
I wanted to keep it, because I knew Larry's getting older. I figured he might change his mind and we'll get fine.
And this time, did you think it was going to be different when you told him?
I hope so. I hope that maybe he would go get a job and take care of us and everything would work out.
And did you think that this time he'd come after you again when you told him?
Hope. Hope.
On the day that you told Albie you were pregnant again, did it work that day?
Yeah, I always do work.
And as far as you know, was Albie home during that day?
Yeah, he did that.
Now, were you all living just alone, the two of you, at that point in your lives?
No, it's just,
And what's his sister's name?
I call it crap.
Well, I'm sure that's not her real name. What's her real name?
Jim.
Why do you call it Crappy?
She's always irritable.
What's she usually irritable about?
Well, she just complains about everything. She sit on her lazy self all day long, don't clean up nothing, and then try to talk about me and how I keep the house clean.
So who did the housework when Jenny was living with you and Larry?
I did.
Who did the cooking?
I did.
Who did the grocery shopping?
I did.
So on this day when you come home to tell Larry that you're pregnant the second time, was Jenny in the house when you arrived home?
Yeah, she always did. Well, no, actually, she wasn't there then. She wasn't there. She wasn't there. She'd gone out.
Was there anybody there?
Yeah, last day.
Where was it?
Sitting on a chair. Her
Okay.
head back.
And what chair is that where you're sitting?
He has his favorite chair that nobody can sit in. You get in trouble if you sit in his chair, so he was sitting in his chair.
What kind of chair was it?
Oh, he's not one of the baby chairs. What do you call it? Baby boys, baby man chair?
So it's asleep. It is lazy boy chair when you get home.
Yeah.
And now when you locked your door, did you intend to tell him you were pregnant at a second time?
Well, I was kind of building up to it as when I was going to tell you. I was trying to think of how I was going to tell you.
Did you settle on a way you were going to tell him you were pregnant with your baby?
I was going to come up with it.
Okay? So you walk through the door, and there's Larry asleep in the chair. What do you do?
Well, take your breath. Take breakfast over there.
Did you wake up by then?
Both of them. Take your breath. And then I just said it.
How'd you say it? Say, Larry, I'm your child. Does Larry say anything back to you? Where did he slap you? Did you slap him back? Did you leave the room? Did he tell you why he slapped you? say it to you in that tone of voice?
Uh,
How was that, Lee?
yeah,
Did you tell Larry how much you wanted this baby?
I told Larry, I said, I'll get a second job. I'll try to borrow some money from my sister. I'll do what I can to make sure that you're all right.
What did he say to that? Did you leave the house at all that day after you told Larry he was going to be a dad again for the second time? Did he leave at all?
Stay in the house. Yeah.
Was he drinking?
He had his beers, too.
And were the two of you alone all day?
Yeah, his sister, Craig, came home.
Yeah. Where'd she been all day, you know?
Where was she going?
And when she came home, did Larry say anything to her about this baby?
Yep. He said, Bonnie, you tell her what you gone and did. You tell her. Holler.
Did you tell Regina what had happened, that you'd become pregnant?
I'm ashamed of myself.
So what did you do?
I just kept walking around the house, back and forth and back and forth. I just kept walking around. I didn't know what to do.
Now,
We do recognize